on my way to Amsterdam in the Portland airport. It is such a nice space to be in, especially after they've done some upgrades. It's just nice and quiet. The D concourse does not have the greatest food options though. A little disappointing. So, particularly like really no coffee options. It just feels wrong when you're from Portland. So I'm going to Amsterdam and then Birmingham for a Autodesk sync up. Not entirely sure what we're gonna do there, but it's gonna be pretty cool, so I'll take you along. Check this out. Get 9 hours of all this to myself. A little bit sketching in here. TC pastels, looking good. Dinner. There's some chicken, chicken or pasta. I think this is feta with some kind of like does not look good to me. This, let's see what we got. It's gonna be appetizing or probably tasting. Edible though, like basically 2 chicken wings worth of meat, not very much. The couscous, I about maybe throw up in my mouth. I did not eat that, that was gross. Made it to Amsterdam. It's middle of the night for me, but it's middle of the day here. Didn't sleep at all, so I'm a little tired. Also was starving because I basically had a tiny piece of chicken for dinner. I did not think that we would not get a decent food allotment. Birmingham. These are interesting. Shrink at this place just outside security at the airport in Birmingham. I'm trying to figure out the train at the moment, but tired. Hotel soon, hopefully. Pretty swanky. Pretty sweet room. Came into my TV telling me, welcome. A nice mirror, big bed. That's a double? That must be a different convention then. That's like a king in America. They call this a double. Maybe that's just what the room's called. I don't know. Let's see what's out here. Oh, wow. Don't mind me breaking the window. That's a sweet view. Little espresso pod. Place to store your stuff. Safe, iron, yoga mat. Now, does one think this costs money to use? It's like in a package. That's what the bathroom's like. Badass. You've had the tour of my hotel room. It's a bit of a new breakfast for me. It's pretty good. I've eaten baked beans quite a bit of my life. Cold out of the fridge. Didn't know I was having an English thing. Usually just leftovers. This looks like a smashed Reese's. Heading into Autodesk in Birmingham. At the Birmingham Tech Center for Autodesk. The lobby, we've got a pretty sweet Audi car. A couple battle bots. We got robots like crazy. So these are seemingly 3D printing, or currently you can't quite see it back there, but I'll give you a better shot. But we're gonna go inside and I'll take you through a bunch of what I see and what I can share. So a 3D printing robotic arm. Looks like clay. I don't know what that. Just the coolest machines here. Giant lathes. Lots of cool parts. This is the metal additive. That looks like it's printed. Inside there's their little creative workspace. A lot of crazy 3D printers. More amazing parts. 3D Stratasys printer. It's got Mark Forged. Giant Mazak. Amish at a DMU. I've seen lots of videos of this place online, but I had no idea there was this many machines, this many cool machines. Giant scan box, CMM that's nearly walk underneath that gantry. Big DMU 60. Interesting alignment. I guess they use resin blocks here and then machine into those and use glue to hold it down. It's so big. It's so big. This is this area you probably see Richard do most of his videos from. I feel like you see a lot of the VF2 probing videos and stuff like that. Quick little machine. Got a mill that's like just absolutely enormous. Huron speed machine. Look at this thing. I don't know if you can tell how big it is. It's like, it's 5 axis. Look how far that gantry or that table moves. Put a car on this thing. It's just huge. Look at the step overs on that tool path. Big, big, big. So big. This car is pretty fantastic. Pretty giant Hermle back here. I think I could easily, definitely easily stand up inside of this thing. The tool is absolutely enormous. Extenders.
When we're using even bigger parts, the roof comes off.
Oh wow. Right now, do you know?
It's about 30.
Yeah.
Well, one of the others.
That's longer than we'd ideally use.
2010 C50. It's just enormous. Like, it just goes forever back there. Huge. Holy. Big old pieces of stock. There's a laser controller for the additive. Stainless steel. It's a UMC 500 and it's got an additive metal laser, so you can build up your material and then machine it away in 5 axis. It's pretty wild. Comes out looking like that. Machine it. So here's another robotic welder. So you can theoretically use this robotic arm to create your deposited material stock and then put that into a machine and machine it away too. Particularly like these things. These are decibel meters, so you can see visually whether or not it's too loud in the shop and if you need to be wearing hearing protection. So we just hit 80 there, which is a warning sign. I'd have to get one of these Sound Ear 3. Look at the size of this 3D printer. Filament reels. Absolutely enormous. Studious. It looks like it can print about a meter cubed. Got a little more information. It's completely custom designed in Fusion 360, including the electronics and these generative design handles. Pretty sweet. Checking out my first room, and it's finally sunny today, so I thought I'd get a little shot out the window. It's pretty adorable. Since I checked out of my last room, and I'm already in the new room, this hotel, the Grand Hotel in Birmingham, is amazing. The service is also amazing. Like no wait. Ooh, that's pretty. Being an American, you just, especially as an architecture graduate, you can impress me by just putting a nicely preserved, 100-plus-year-old building next to me. Let's go see the city. So up until now, I've had just coffee at Autodesk, and it's okay, commercial coffee, but this place. I know it's just been a few days since I had espresso and like a properly made coffee drink, but pretty damn good. I think I've seen a market where you can get seemingly everything at. Usually it's food or like touristy tapestries or bags, but I just saw kids' toys back there, the vapes, light bulbs, man, everything. Your yard trowel. It's like a hardware store. More vintage. I don't even know what those are called. Where you put tea cookies on there. Like actual talented graffiti artists. If only Portland looked like this. Pretty neat little area and a department store. Selfridges. The curvy New Street station. This thing's quite the spectacle. This plaza's pretty great. It's the museum, art museum. And then they've got like a fake Parthenon, which is pretty entertaining. Pretty cool space. There's this kind of magical thing I think I've discovered a few times. You're alone traveling in a foreign place, that you get a little bit more of an intimacy with the place you're in. When you're traveling with somebody else, you're talking to them, you're thinking about things kind of through their eyes too. And when you're in a place by yourself, it's just you wandering around with your thoughts, especially like if your phone doesn't work very well. Definitely had that wandering around today in the sunny sunshine of Birmingham. Cool places like this where it's a public space and there's a lot of people out enjoying it. It's nice to just people watch and, I don't know, see what the city is like from their perspective as much as you can. It's a nice experience. What I was doing just before you popped on and I was listening to my earpods, attempting to open this without an actual opener, so I found a coat hanger. I was like whacking on it, and then I just turned, curtains. Doorman. It's automatic. Sunny again. St. Andrews. Frankly, don't know anything about this team, but people seem excited. Interestingly, I didn't realize this. I just bought a beer, and you can't take it into the stands. So I guess I'm drinking this by myself before I can go through the gate. It's totally different than anywhere else I've been. Standing in the little concession area because you can't drink a beer out on in the stands, and there's just tons of people packed into this little area. It's a good atmosphere. Every aspect of this feels way more affordable than an American sporting event. Like, the tickets are cheaper. I'm in the first row of like a second tier. It was like $40. The beers are like $5.50, maybe $6. I think they're $6 USD. And the food is like $4 to $5. Like a cheeseburger is $6. It's like a third to half of what it costs at like a Timbers game in Portland. It's 2:20 in the morning. Time to go to the airport. Buy a hotel. So I made it to the airport in Birmingham. It is absolutely dead. It's about 4:05 in the morning. I was just browsing, trying to pick up some snacks since I was starving in the last plane, and I don't have any bills, but I really want to try. the punchy paprika, or the flame grilled steak ridges chips. Those sound entertaining to me. This is where I leave you. I stopped recording at this point, apparently, my flight into Amsterdam, but hope that was somewhat enjoyable. We'll get back to our regularly scheduled CNC and CAM videos in the future.